UFC Abu Dhabi might be one of the greatest fight night cards of all time. These are my main card picks. Starting off with Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. They're about the same age, but Guskov's on like a prospect type of run, and Krylov took 2 years off from the octagon and then came back and lost to Dominic Reyes and looked pretty bad. So I'm going Bogdan Guskov by KO. Jose Ochoa versus Almabayev is an extremely underrated fight. I've watched Jose Ochoa fight in person, and he's absolutely insane. Almabayev is obviously an elite wrestler from Kazakhstan, but I've just seen Ochoa in person live, and it's just a different level of fighter. So I got Ochoa probably by decision. Next, Shar Bullet Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Marc-Andre Barriault came off a win when he was fighting for his UFC career in his last fight because he had 3 losses prior to that. And Shar Bullet's coming off a loss to Michael Biddle Page and his first real shot in the rankings. So I think Shar Bullet has a chip on his shoulder. I think Shar Bullet's going to be the more technical striker with more power, and the kicks are going to wear on Barriault. I think Shar Bullet gets a late TKO. A banger of a co-main event, Marcus McGee versus Petr Yan. I think this is an extremely underrated fight because I don't think people know that much about Marcus McGee and how elite he's been in the UFC. Obviously, everybody knows about Petr Yan. He used to be the former champ. But I think Marcus McGee is going to shock the world, finish Petr Yan in the late rounds, and I think it's going to be Marcus McGee 1 fight away from a title shot after this fight. Main event, Robert Whitaker versus RDR. This is going to be a banger of a fight. RDR is coming off an easy looking win over Bo Nickel, who was one of the most hyped prospects. And Robert Whitaker's fought the who's who of the middleweight division. He is coming off that devastating loss to Hamzat, but I don't think the current state of Hamzat loses to anybody, so I'm not putting that down on Robert Whitaker. I think RDR has taken too big of a step up in competition because he struggled with Gerald Meerschaert just a couple years ago in his first UFC fight. So I think Robert Whitaker is going to get the job done, and he's going to be right back in the title conversation in a couple fights.